How's it going, everyone? Hi, Jump here. Today I'm bringing you the very first video in my new series leading up to E3 2018. It's a great event every year that brings all the heads of the industry together, lets people play new games, and of course that means leading up to it, we're starting to get leaks and new game announcements. Now we've already seen a few in the last couple of weeks, but today is a very special day. We have the announcement of the inevitable Black Ops 4 from Treyarch. So now, with this launch day, or this announcement day, I should better say, we got a bunch of cool new information in regards to PC play and how this game is going to be kind of put together. We got a handful of new trailers. Let's check out some of this footage and talk about what sort of changes are coming in this new installment of Call of Duty. The first thing that many people are going to be kind of missing is that there's actually no overall story mode. While there are some single player missions, from what I've been reading, there is actually nothing that's going to be this overall cohesive story. Now, that's going to be a little bit of a drawback for some of you, but I know most people that play Call of Duty are looking for that multiplayer action, and we did get some information along with a trailer looking specifically at multiplayer. Now, Call of Duty has been known for their non-stop action and great gameplay, and for that, we've got what looks to be some hero-based multiplayer. In some of the interviews and announcements, it kind of seems like we might be getting some influence from Overwatch or even Battlefield. Maybe Call of Duty is looking to bring back some of those players from competing games, but we can get more into that in just a little bit. There's no real information here on what sort of classes we're going to see, but I'm sure we're going to have like specialists, which is going to limit different guns and things like that. But I'm really interested to see, can Call of Duty make something that's going to like want to make me play this over, Overwatch, or even going back to Team Fortress 2, or even Rainbow Six Siege has been a game that I have been seeing compared to this as well. So it looks like they're taking influence from games all across the board. It's just a matter of how well they execute it. One of the things that's going to actually soften the blow from the lack of like from a story mode, not just a lack of single player content, is the inclusion of zombie maps. Now, talking to friends of mine that are die-hard Call of Duty fans, that's one of their biggest draws to Call of Duty. You look at some of like the remasterings of just the play through the story as well as zombie maps. I get it. If it's a really fun mode for you and that's something that you're really interested in, this is a great way to be able to get you back involved with Call of Duty. They gave us 3 trailers, 2 more meaty than the other one. First up, we got 9, which looks like a gladiator zombie map, and oh my gosh, this looks so dang cool. It's really not something I'm used to seeing when it comes to these zombie maps, and I gotta be honest, it's not usually my cup of tea, but I definitely do appreciate this kind of different take on these. We get 4 different characters in this. And we actually see them again in the second trailer for Voyage of Despair, which honestly gave me some Indiana Jones vibes. Maybe the first thing that popped into my head here was The Lost Ark. And honestly, it's really cool to see that they're including these same characters, but in a completely different situation. There's no way that these timelines match up, but I don't think that's really what you're looking for when it comes to a zombie, gameplay. It's got some really cool action in it, and I kind of dig the 4 different classes that you're going to be kind of running into. And then finally, we got Blood of the Dead. Just a really short trailer on this one, so they're obviously keeping some things close to the vest. Maybe we'll see more information with E3 right around the corner here. It's just under a month away. But last but not least, we got one of the things that I think is almost to be expected this year with new games coming out is we've got Call of Duty's version of a Battle Royale. I mean, people have been joking about this sort of content coming with like all sorts of games. Like E3 is going to be the year where we see Farm Simulator 2018 Battle Royale. All sorts of crazy stuff like that. People trying to buy in on the hype of Fortnite and PUBG. It's going to happen. It's just a matter of how well they implement this. They didn't give any sort of insight as to how many players are going to be, playing on the map at a single time. But we do know that this map is Treyarch's largest map. I don't really know how, it could be, very slightly larger, and we could have just a 20-person battle royale, which would be kind of cool. a little bit smaller, a little bit different. It might be a little bit more fast-paced, but it's really about how they look to differentiate themselves from the existing battle royales. Not just Fortnite and PUBG. One of the other cool bits of information is that we are going to have vehicles in this game, and not just cars and boats. You're actually going to be able to have aircraft. So this honestly is looking to beat any sort of potential battlefield to the punch there, because when I think aircraft battle in a first-person shooter, I think Battlefield 100%. I'm really interested to know how they implement this, as well as kind of managing inventory, because that sort of aspect hasn't really been used in Call of Duty at all. You're never caring about like what your inventory is like, maybe other than the inclusion of how many tomahawks do I have to throw at my enemies, do I have extra grenades, that sort of thing. But you're not sitting there managing attachments, so I could expect this to be kind of similar to Fortnite, where you have one of a few different weapons. And some other cool aspects, though, for you PC gamers out there, you may have already seen this listed in the Battle.net launcher, because they are optimizing Call of Duty for Battle.net's dedicated servers. So you're going to see it right alongside Destiny 2 and World of Warcraft, all that. They're very much taking the same route that they did with Destiny, and I think it's a great way to be able to kind of go after some more of those PC gamers that they kind of have left on the wayside. I know there's some of you who are diehard Call of Duty fans and will still play it on the PC, but honestly, it seems to be a non-vocal minority. With that, though, they're bringing along all the things that you would expect from a PC game. It's going to have uncapped frames per second, which is amazing, because some of them have not in the past, not just Call of Duty, but other PC ports. So this is seeming, not like a port, but more like a actual game built for the PC. You're going to be able to remap all of your keys. It's going to be 4K with HDR. So it's looking like they're doing everything right. And I did also see that they're supposed to have support for the ultra-wide monitors. So all that great money you've spent on your fantastic monitors is going to go to great use here. So I'm really excited to see how well this does perform and what the recommended specs are, because of course we don't have any more of that information. I'd expect that closer to the launch date of the game. I'll be looking to play this game at E3 coming up here in just under a month. But let me know down below in the comments what you guys are liking about this new Call of Duty. What games are you looking forward to at E3? And you can always check me out live over at Twitch TV/HighJump. So thank you all for your time. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I'll catch you all on Twitch.